Hi everyone. So I wanted to come in here today and talk some keeping it real, hashtag keeping it real talk about, holding yourself out there as something that you're not, but that you think you're supposed to be, right? And this is something that I've done a lot in my life, and I know a lot of other people have too. And I just had, an example of it come to mind the other day. And I was thinking about when I was in law school, the lady at Career Services. I'm going to start by saying I have always been a feminist, and I don't think that's a four-letter word. Some people do. I think there's different brands of feminism, and I think you can decide that you believe in it any way you want or not. But for me, it's just about, women having equal rights and having an equal playing field, and that's all it is. But when I was in law school, I thought I was like a real serious feminist, and I was trying to fit into a very specific kind of mold that I thought a feminist should look like. And when I was in law school, our career services lady gave some advice, and she said, now this was 2006, I graduated law school, and I remember her saying, when you go to the women, when you go to interviews, wear skirt suits, don't wear pants. Like, you're expected to wear skirt suits, and that's what's appropriate. And that pissed me the hell off. And it should have. Because nobody should tell you that you have to wear a skirt or pants. Like, that you have to wear a skirt because you're a woman and you can't wear pants, that you won't get hired. And maybe that was good advice. I don't know. And certainly I wasn't going to go for a job that required me to wear a skirt instead of pants anyway. So I was so enraged about that I bought only pantsuits, and I wore pantsuits to every interview I had from then on out, right? I was like, I'm a feminist. This is my stance on whatever. I was really serious about it, and the passion was there, and the purpose behind it was there, and my belief system was there, and I'm not standing down on that. But the reality is, I love skirts, so I'm shooting myself in the foot because I think that wearing skirts now, these people don't know this woman gave me this advice, so I'm making a statement against this woman's ideals of female and male gender roles, and it's only hurting myself probably. It didn't really matter. But for years, I wore pantsuits because that was my stance, right? I lived through the 90s and the whole Madonna thing, and if you lived through the 90s, you remember those trends that were very, and the 80s too, like women wearing men's clothes, and that was a very big trendy thing as part of that movement. And it was something that stuck with me, and I wore pants for a while, and then I started buying skirts, and I realized that I love skirts. And it doesn't make me any less of a feminist. In fact, it makes me more of a feminist to wear whatever the hell I want to. Like, I don't have to wear only pants because I'm standing up for some ideal of women's rights. Like, women's rights means I can wear whatever I want, right? And not be judged for it either way. But it just got me thinking about holding yourself out there as something as what you think an ideal is. Because if you're holding yourself out there about what you think you should be doing, or what you think that, somebody else is going to judge you for doing, you're not really being true to yourself. And at the end of the day, I'm happier in a skirt suit. I look better in a skirt suit, and that's okay. Some people look better in pantsuits, and that's okay too. But I just wanted to throw that out there because every time that I have stepped outside of, my true self to pretend to be something I'm not, I only end up hurting myself and whatever movement I'm trying to help in the process, right? Like, me standing up there as a feminist who is wearing pants because somebody told me I have to wear a skirt, like, that doesn't make me a feminist. That just makes me an idiot, right? Like, I can wear whatever I want, and that's that. So the movement I didn't appreciate at the time that it actually means that I shouldn't be restricted in any way. And that's the beauty of it. So stepping back inside with me, you can catch me dead in a pantsuit now because I don't like them and I don't have to. Neither does anybody else. So I'm just curious if any of you out there have ever had that experience of making a choice to further an ideal that you have that isn't actually who you are, and then taking a step back and realizing that who you are, being true to who you are, actually is more in furtherance of that goal that you have, or that ideal, or that passionate movement that you want to be a part of, than pretending to fit in with the rest of the movement. it's something that also struck me when I was in law school. Also, I was one of the LGBT fellows at Hofstra, and they had a fellowship for people who wanted to advance LGBT, lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender rights. And I got on the board of Legal, which is the LGBT Bar Association of New York, and at some point I was president of that bar association. And throughout this whole time, you know, it was such a struggle for me, and I always got so angry because I felt like I wasn't quite so, and a lot of this is probably in my head, but I felt like I wasn't quite so accepted by the LGBT community because I wasn't like lesbian looking enough. Like, you know, I have like, you know, dyed hair, and I wear makeup, and I wear dresses, and I can pass as straight. And I always felt like there was some sort of, because I'm bisexual, right? Like, I'm not like a hardcore, but doesn't matter. Lesbian, straight, bisexual, transgender, gay, whatever. Like, you're whatever you are. Like, I'm who I am. It doesn't, like, who I'm attracted to is totally a separate issue than what I look like, right? So, but I didn't appreciate that time, and I didn't feel welcome into that community. And I really tried hard to fit in. Like, the first couple years that I started dating my girlfriend, I was like all cargo pants and wife beaters, right? Because I was like, oh, okay, like I like girls now, so I guess I have to dress like a lesbian. And that didn't suit me. It didn't suit me at all. It wasn't who I was. But I just kept trying on new roles because I was trying to fit into a certain community. And the beauty of it is, like, guys, if you just drop all of that, what you think you're expected to do and be, and just be who you are and live in that moment, everything else is going to come for you. Like, everything else is just going to fall into place, because you trying to fit into something else that is not you, people just recognize your insecurities in that moment. And they don't see you for who you are. They see you as a poser, because that's what you're being. You're a poser. I was a poser. I was totally trying to fit into something that wasn't me. But now I walk in to any room knowing exactly who I am, and I'm confident about that, and I own that. My greatness, my weakness, when I stumble, you know, like when I trip and fall like I do all the time, I own that too. Like, I'm 100% me, and there ain't nothing anybody can do about it, so take it or leave it. And I love that about me. That's fine. And I walk in there and I own that. And people know that they're dealing, and if somebody's gonna judge you, they're gonna judge you. Bye, Felicia, I don't care. Go hang out with your judgy friends. But at the end of the day, I am so standing into who I am, and I'm confident about that. And when you are confident about that, and when you are who you are, the right people are going to stick with you, the wrong people are going to leave you, and you don't give a shit about anybody else, right? So I almost tried so hard to get through this without cursing. That's just the way I am. I curse. Oh, thank you. Thanks, Don. That's true. Being in sync is overrated. Just being in sync with yourself. Yep, that's it. That's it. I love that, Tanya. That's beautiful. So it's just, and it's hard to do. Like, I'd like to say that every day I walk around completely self-satisfied and in love with everything that I do. And there are days that it's real hard. Like, I don't always wake up out of bed feeling, you know, awesome. But it's something that I strive for. And I always remember when I start to second guess myself in those ways that I have to get back in touch with who I am and what I want and what I believe in and what I stand for. And that is the ability to be completely yourself. And how can I empower other women to stand in their own light if I'm not comfortable in my own light? And sometimes that just means a little boost of personal development, just getting myself right back out there and getting those spirits back up. Because it's hard sometimes, but that's okay. I still feel uncomfortable sometimes when I go out to a place and I'm not sure of my surroundings, but you got to get back in touch with remembering who you are and where you came from and what you want, and what you believe in, and that's it. So, I love you. You love you. Let's just love ourselves and, I don't know, sing Kumbaya or something. That's what we're supposed to do right now, right? That's what we do. Kumbaya, my Lord. I don't know. So that's that. I just want to share that message with you guys because it's something that was kicking around my head today. I hope it makes sense to you, and I hope it's something that you can take away with and feel good about. So, love you all. Oh, hi, Danny. I haven't seen you in forever. So I just wanted to say that, and I love you, and have a great, great day. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.